Hello, Gemini. I've cleared your energy and I've laid out your spread because I'll be shuffling all day and they only give me 10 minutes. But this is, it feels like Gemini's having a bit of an existential crisis in November. The Queen of Swords and the King of Cups are sitting right here at the base of the reading. This is a person I'm talking to who is clear minded. You don't think with your feelings, you're pretty logical. You do feel like the support, but you're mature enough to look at situations emotionally and logically with the Queen of Swords and King of Cups. You're direct, you know how to deliver communication effectively, but you also have compassion and the maturity to see both sides of a situation. So that's the basis of the reading. But you're kind of in a internal argument with yourself because what's crossing this is the Sun in reverse and the Ten of Wands. Something in your life has felt like you've become a burden. Your reliance on some person, place, or thing has made you feel as though you're a burden. And with the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords in reverse crowning this situation, there's a sense of feeling like having imposter syndrome. There's been some sort of loss that you've incurred, that you have felt the pain very deeply. You haven't maybe even grieved it yet or mourned how substantial that loss was to you, whether it was a loss of a job or a loss of a relationship or a loss of an object, a home, something of that nature. It feels like you're struggling with your self-esteem about how you feel about the loss of that situation. You're taking it personally and kind of beating yourself up about it. In what's hidden, we have the Two of Swords in reverse, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. You have ideas about how to amend this situation, but it's almost like you are paralyzed, that it's going to result in wasted time and another error taking place. The effects of the past of this whole deal is the Ten of Wands. Again, we have several cards in this reading that are clarifying one another, multiple clarifications of the same card. One of them is the Ten of Wands that's seen multiple times. This feeling of burden or a heavy weight that you've been carrying on yourself. With the Ten of Wands and the Three of Cups in the past position, it didn't feel so heavy of a burden when you had this Three of Cups helping you carry it. When you felt like you had the support and the camaraderie of people who were maybe going through similar situations, it felt like a group of us are all doing this together. So we're all in the same boat. And so it didn't feel like such a heavy burden. Or I feel like there's a Gemini that's was doing well and then had an event happen in their life that kind of tipped them over on their head and made them question their abilities, their skills. On the bottom of each deck, we have the Seven of Swords and the Page of, or the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Swords. There's plenty of, with this Page of Swords, ideas springing up. Like, I could do this, I could do that. There's all kinds of sparks of creativity and inspiration happening. But the assurity, the confidence in yourself, feeling like, well, I this happened, it fell apart, and who am I to think that I can do this? In the future, we have the Two of Pentacles confirming the Two of Pentacles, both in reverse. I think the biggest problem the Gemini that I'm speaking to may be experiencing is over-dedicating yourself to certain areas of your life, maybe people, children, things of that nature, and not prioritizing or balancing out your time, energy, and resources where they need to go. And again, we have the Seven of Wands again, which is telling you to set boundaries. Make a stand, draw a line in the sand, determine that this is not going to, this is it. I need to prioritize these things. I'm giving too much to this area. In the feeling of really sadness by having to make that choice. Because, somebody else is probably going to be affected by you having to pull back on your resources, on your time, on your ability to help them. I pulled a card out of the Sacred Traveler deck, just a little more advice. And I came up with watching clouds. Lie back, relax, rest. Let's see what the book has to say about that. Lie back, relax, put everything aside, and take time to renew your energy. That's right here. What you see, you can't see the hidden Four of Wands. Literally the card of lying back, resting, and renewing your energy, Gemini. It's often when you totally relax that new insights and awareness can emerge. My nose is itching. Spirit is speaking. Take full deep breaths. Put your feet up. Be present in each moment. Do nothing. Watch clouds. The answers you seek will emerge easily, but first you need to stop all this activity. Take naps. Evaluate your life. There are times when the most empowering thing the traveler can do is step off the path, stretch out, and lie on the earth to watch the clouds float by. This act is renewing and regenerating. When all the activity of the road diminishes and the traveler allows a languid relaxation to emerge, this is most often the time when the presence of spirit can be felt. This is also the time when significant signs appear, like several repeating cards in a reading, or synchronicities. Whatever the most relaxing thing is to you, stretching it in a hammock, watching clouds, taking a candlelit bath, or walking on the seashore, do it. And the challenges in your life will diminish and often simply drop away. Because a lot of times we can get analysis paralysis. I feel like I'm talking to a Gemini who is like on this hamster wheel in your own brain. Let's get a few more cards of advice here for Gemini. This is the part that takes the longest. This is why I pre-shuffle and lay out your stuff. All right, Gemini. 10 of Cups. That's the happy family card. You're coming to an end of a cycle. 6 of Wands in reverse. And it's filled with joy, happiness, abundance. I guess this is what happens if you take the advice of the watching clouds. Letting your head quiet so that you have time to actually think and analyze the situation, and the right answer will occur to you. Knight of Pentacles. This is an opportunity, something coming in for your time, your energy, and the resources. However, the Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest knights in the entire deck. So you can't expect it to just emerge, like just coming on in there. It's something that's going to take some time, but you're given this time. It's almost like with the 6 of Wands in reverse, you're purposely not being seen. Because your actual purpose right now, Gemini, is to allow yourself that rest. I know you're used to picking up right back on the game and getting back on the road again. But you need to give yourself a moment because your ego has been wounded by some loss. Some process, your grieving process you haven't completed. This all needs to be reconciled so that you can move forward with a more clear mind. That's what you're used to, being logical. But that sensitivity, that wound is really getting in your way. And you need time to rejuvenate and regenerate yourself. That's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you for coming in.